What's up, everyone? Welcome back to DBS, and today I got some really incredible news because of a new Famitsu, that's the Japanese magazine, highlights on some new information from Dark Souls 3. And first of all, I'd like to credit Reddit user trubsal, or however he or she pronounces it, for scanning these images for us and loosely translating what each one is saying. I'm also going to link to the description to the Reddit thread in the description, and again, thank you Reddit user trubsal for these. And I don't want to take too much of your time, so let's jump straight ahead into the action. And here we go. First off, we got the Fire Keeper. Now, this is very interesting because it means that we are much closer lore-wise and story-wise to Dark Souls 1, because as you know, Fire Keepers in Dark Souls 1 were in charge of maintaining the bonfires. They were all female, they all were arriving with infinite humanity. So it's a nice way to come back to tie this story together with Dark Souls 1. Interestingly, it seems that she's wearing the crown from the first trailer, the one that had the humanity void or abyssal void, and it could be that this is the same lady from the trailer, the first trailer, the reveal trailer. And another thing is she could be our leveling up maiden. We're not sure yet. Maybe she's just a generic NPC firekeeper, but still, this is a very interesting turn of events regarding this reveal. Alright, next up we got Hawkwood. Hawkwood seems to be another NPC. It looks as if he has the Mira camo on his back. I can't really tell from this dark picture, but it seems to be like he's a warrior. He's got a heavy armor. He's not sure if that's a helm or it's just a hood. It seems he's one of the NPCs we're going to be. Or it could be even the new version of the Crestfallen Warrior. This could be very possible. The way he's sitting down with the somber face, it could be pretty much that he's the next Crestfallen Warrior. It's just my opinion, of course. Alright, next one is another NPC. This NPC, I originally thought, when I first saw the picture, I originally thought it was going to be the furtive pygmy from the way he looks, but from the translation that I've received, I'm reading the thread, basically it's a small seedy looking man sitting on top of one of the 5 thrones of the Firelink Shrine. He proclaims himself a Lord of Cinder. His name is not really clear, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Let's leave it as we're unsure yet, because anyways, this is going to be the Japanese way. The Western release will probably have a different spelling. I like the way he's sitting down. I just want to make sure everyone knows this reveal is pretty much discussing the Firelink Shrine, and we're getting to it. That's why I didn't talk in the meeting. But yes, the Firelink Shrine is coming back. I don't know if it's the same one, but it's coming back. And here, this person, who I thought originally was the furtive pygmy from the way he looks, is proclaiming himself a Lord of Cinder, but we don't know if he really is or not. He's faking it, and he's just trying to make himself look important. This is more story speculation, so we're not really sure, but I'm pretty sure very soon we'll know some more things about it. Next up, we got what's been roughly translated as the Ash Adjudicator. Of course, the Adjudicator is the same name as the boss of World 4-1 in Demon's Souls. Not much to say, just looks like a giant enemy. I'm not sure what he's wielding, if it's a curved, warped sword or a pole or spear, I'm not sure, but I do think this is the same person that was shown in the original leak, the first leak even before the game was announced, in that boss room with all the swords on the ground. This could be the same person. In general, just a generic giant enemy type. Alright, next up we got what's been loosely translated as the Dark Wrigley thing. Now, here, this Adjudicator enemy you can see that that weapon is clear, and it seems to be a white war scythe or just a scythe halberd type weapon. And this dark wriggly thing, now this was shown in the network test. If you remember, there was a hollow that turned into some sort of monster, and everyone thought it was like a dark corruption of, or something from the abyss. I'm not really sure. It's still unclear what it kind of looks like. It's just like a black voidish type, and there's like, you can see there's a mouth opening, but it's not really clear. It seems, and my speculation was that it has something to do with the abyss or the dark, but we have never seen something like this yet in the Dark Souls universe, so I can't really say. Let's just leave it as it's just a wriggly dark monster, which I'm sure we're going to see a lot of given the network test. Now, next up we have it, yes folks, Firelink Shrine. Of course, we're speculating that if this is the actual Firelink Shrine from Dark Souls 1, if it's in the same location, but there's some similarities I see. That same, it's still on a curved roof, curved cliffside. You got the aqueduct there, but I'm not sure if it's the real one. There's all these trees, I'm not sure. This giant tower wasn't there before. My speculation was this is what's the remainder of the Belfry tower of the undead parish. But again, the geography doesn't look right, so maybe this was erected after, later on, when we were not there from the chosen undead times. But this is the Firelink Shrine. These are all the NPCs that we saw in the beginning of this video are all going to be over here. And this is the smaller person, the fake Lord of Cinder. It says there's 5 thrones of the Firelink Shrine. These thrones were not there before, so I don't know what this could mean. Again, highly speculating here, but this is Firelink Shrine. Everyone, get hyped. Next up, we have what seems to be a generic warrior. This could be Hawkwood again. He's wearing some sort of Arabian headscarf type thing. He's got this, looks like what looks to be a curved sword. So this is your typical dex wielder, as it is. Could be a wanderer. This is the wandering class. I'm not sure yet. Nothing much to say here. Just like the backdrop and the fashion shows. Next up, we got 2 shots of a mage, sorcerer, and a pyromancer. This is the first pyromancy related information we have seen from Dark Souls 3 so far. It looks like he's chucking a fire orb, and if you see the enemies, they're all they're crawling type enemies, which I've seen before. Kind of remind us of the crawling eggheads of Blighttown, not Blighttown now. The Chaos Servants and the Demon Ruins and Ingi, but they're not without eggheads, so that's something. But we've seen crawling enemies in Dark Souls, in Dark Souls 2, and in Bloodborne as well. So I can't really say that these are which specific enemy. They could be new, but we've seen crawling enemies before. There seems to be not sure what kind of location this is, but there's a tower in the back, and if you can see the hand, it seems like it's the pyromancy hand as well, so that's returning. Regarding the sorcerer, we don't have much. There's not much to see there. It just looks like your basic cape. Looks kind of like the white church garb from Bloodborne. The location seems to be the entrance to the Firelink Shrine. Now we just got some concept art of a ruin in the clouds. Not much to say here. I like the design, but what seems to be that the bigger structure on the top of the bridge is very reminiscent of the Hagia Sophia Mosque in Turkey. It's the same spires, same dome shapes. That's interesting from an architectural point of view. Otherwise, it's just concept art. Next up, we got 2-in-1 picture again. On the left side, we have the Sage of the Great Library. Could the Great Library be the Duke's Archives? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Otherwise, I love the design. I'm not sure if it's an NPC that moves or you can attack, or it's a living statue, because you can see that the candle's melting on its face, and that dagger doesn't look to be very a nice thing, so it could be a dangerous NPC. On the right side, we have the concept art of the traveling clergyman. I'm not sure if it's a starting class or an NPC reminiscent of Petrus of Thorland, which has that same bowl cut that all clergymen love to have for some reason. For this picture, we've got the Dirty Beast, which is very reminiscent of a Bloodborne enemy boss. Looks like the Cleric Beast, or a hybrid between Emilia, Vicar Emilia, and the Cleric Beast. But this, I don't know, seems to be like a bear this time. You can see that the hide looks more bear-like. It's got a bare ribbed chest, but it's also got these crazy horns, like a madman's horns. So that's very interesting. It definitely looks like a bear to me, just with these horns and the claws. They kind of look like a bear. Very Bloodborne-ish. And finally, we've got final picture here of the protagonist holding a banner overlooking what seems to be Firelink Shrine from the high wall of Lothric. Again, wearing the knight armor from network test. The area looking out looks to be like Hemwick Charnel Lane from Bloodborne. We saw that if you saw my last video about the PSX gameplay. Yeah, it does look like Hemwick Charnel Lane. Again, the Bloodborne engine is the same as the Dark Souls 3 engine, but it doesn't mean they can't have the same concepts of like a decaying foresty type graveyard or such. Guys, this has been a long video. Sorry about that, but we're happy to see any information on Dark Souls 3. Again, I will be streaming the game once I have it. I live in the Middle East. I should have the game much earlier than it should be. I don't support broken street dates, but I'm buying it legally with money. I'm not pirating it. So, and the money's still going to the publisher anyway, so it's not like I'm stealing anything. It's called being opportunistic, and no one says you should be. It's not a really good thing, but it is what it is. So stay tuned. I have some PvP Bloodborne videos up. I still don't have a capture card to put up some PS3 things like some Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1 playthrough, but I will be getting it soon once I have some cash. If you like the video, just press like, and thanks, and see you next time.